Greetings and welcome to the RC Wall Vacuum channel. Today's video I'm going to go back into the Kraken Vekta 5 build. And I haven't ran this thing in probably 3-4 weeks. I've been playing around with the OBR Rovin setup. The last time I was out with this, or I got most of the bugs corrected on this thing, but the one I haven't been able to yet is the steering. So I'm going to go back to fixing that. It wasn't working the last time I had it out, and I'm guessing it didn't fix itself sitting here. So let me dive into what I got here. So what I have in here is I got a 78 kilogram AGFRC servo, and it doesn't seem to have oomph. But I also put a high-tech 845 in there, and that really wasn't working much better. I've played around trying to reposition this arm. I've tightened up the servo saver. I've installed the full force servo mounts that are not the battery box plastic mount ones, and really nothing seems to fix it. It's fine when you're accelerating and it's setting up a stand, or you hold it up, it goes back and forth the full range. But as soon as you start coming in, trying to slow down in like a berm or something like that, it really struggles to steer, especially in, I forget which direction it is. So I'm assuming it's got something to do with the weight, and I don't know how I'm going to get the weight down on it, but so I'm guessing what I'm going to have to do is up the servo size. AGFRC makes a 100 kilogram. I'll probably try that next. But before I do that, I'm going to play around with some physics and see if changing the length and consequently the lever size of the servo horn will have any effect. So I'm going to go over and I got some aluminum. I'm going to mill out a little arm extender to bring it out, and I'm going to take the thing up in the track and give it some tests and see if it actually makes a difference. It may or may not. It's just basically one of those let's see what happens type things. So if you're interested in seeing what happens with, there's an effect with the length of the servo horns and steering leverages, stick around. So I got the part built now and set down in there. It moves the center line for that servo arm out about 5/8 from the previous hole, and so I don't know if this is going to make it worse or better. If I wasn't a moron, I probably would have figured this one out already, but I don't know. I prefer to put it in, test it, and see what happens. Theories don't always actually pan out, and real world results do. So I'm going to load this thing up, take it up on the track, and see if there's any difference. I probably won't really know unless, since I don't have like gauges I put on there, I'm just going to, it's kind of one of those things appears to work better. But so unless it makes major improvements, I probably really won't know until I can actually put this thing on some kind of a load gauge to see what it's actually, if that changes things. Of course, if it improves the leverage from the servo to the steering, it also means it improves the leverage back from the wheels into the servo. So if you hit something, it's probably going to be more likely to damage the servo or bend that arm. That arm's pretty thin material. This is just an experiment. I'll probably end up just going with a 100 kilogram servo eventually. But I'm really curious to see whether this does, how this does affect steering on these things. So I'll load it up, do up the track, and stick around. I'll get some run video on it. definitely improving its steering. So without a doubt, that longer lever has a big effect on how well it steers. It definitely improves the steering immensely. It's still a little weak to the right. I'm going to go with a 100 kilogram servo on here, but it definitely makes a big difference, and at least I have an answer to my question. Crack and run really well, and no complaints there. So I think next week we're going to get probably the OBR back up here with its new modified cage and wrap some new tires on it, and we'll give it a test on that one. I'm going to try to sneak in some GoPro footage off this one in this video. It depends how long it is. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.